Alright, what's up YouTube channel? I have not posted in forever in this channel. My hair is greasy as fuck, undone, and it's longer than when I last fucking posted, bro. Anyway, which is funny that I'm even saying this because I'm probably gonna delete every single video that I posted before because I'm pretty much changing my fucking channel. My channel before this was just a Yapatron channel that was like just posting whatever the fuck. But recently I've been reading this shit, Blood Meridian by Cormac McCarthy, and because I've been reading books and talking about books, my YouTube feed has just been book talk. Not I was about to say book talk, booktube stuff, and I'm low-key fucking with that shit hard. I've already bought a bunch of novels that I want to read. Trust, shit is coming up, and I think I've realized that I want this channel to just be about me reviewing books and shit. I think that's pretty nice. Yeah. Not nothing serious, just after I read a book, I'm gonna review it, and that's pretty much about it. I just read Blood Meridian by Cormac McCarthy. My dog barking. Blood Meridian, Cormac McCarthy, this shit, all these pages, read that shit, all this fucking shit, read that shit. Zoom, hush up. Oh my goodness. Anyway. So this is if anyone is coming from already knowing about Blood Meridian and already in the Blood Meridian like fandom type shit, this is probably not gonna be like the other reviews that you've seen because I think this book is whatever. Like I'm not gonna glaze it or anything. Whoa, what the fuck? Holy shit. A lizard just fucking walked across like this like bamboo-esque type shit, and it sounded like a fucking like bug, but it's just the sound of his little fucking feet crossing the... Anyway, this book is whatever to me. Like, I don't think it's bad, but I don't think it's like peak, like, you know, like people try and make it out to seem like. I don't think this book is like I'm glad I read it. Like, trust me, this shit's an experience. It's an experience, but I just don't... I see the hype, but I don't see like, did y'all really enjoy reading this shit? Because bruh, this book can drag at times, like just fucking like drag, like to give you a fucking like just an idea of my thought process. I only had like 4 chapters left at one point, obviously at one point, but even at 4 chapters left, I was still contemplating, should I DNF this shit? At 4 chapters left, that's how much I dreaded getting through these fucking chapters, bro. And it is the first book that I've read in a long time. I mean, to give you an idea of my reading level, even getting through Animal Farm by George Orwell took me a while, because I was really in that like that read slump, like not even a read slump, because I wouldn't even consider myself a reader. Even now, after reading this book, I wouldn't consider myself a reader because it's the first book I've ever finished on my own without it being for class, other than George Orwell's Cormac McCarthy and Karl Marx is The Communist Manifesto. But it took me months to read The Communist Manifesto, and if you can go and search up that book is like this fucking big, and it took me months to read that shit. So, and it sounds like I'm trying to diss myself and saying that my opinion isn't valid. I still think my opinion is valid, but I'm just trying to give you my headspace. Like, I'm not that much of a reader yet. I'm trying to do that, which is probably why I shouldn't have started with this shit. But whatever, I wanted to test myself. I want to get through. And the reason why I don't think my opinion, the reason why I'm not saying that my opinion isn't valid is because it's not like I don't get what's in this book. I did not struggle with Cormac McCarthy's lack of punctuation, because he doesn't believe in punctuation. He doesn't like punctuation. So everything in this book is like no quotation marks, no commas, no semicolons, no nothing, which no quotation marks I can get behind. I really like when our authors use that. But obviously the no commas and whatever can be hard because you kind of have to emphasize words on your own and choose when to stop in a sentence on your own if it's like a run-on. But sometimes he'll put a period or a comma because you kind of have to do that unless you want it to just be chicken scratch on the fucking page. But yeah, so I guess I should start talking about what this is even about, if for those who don't know. Blood Meridian is essentially a book about a kid from Tennessee. He's 14 years old. He's just called the Kid. You never learn his name. He's just called the Kid. Every single time he's mentioned, it's the Kid. He basically just runs away from home because his mom is dead. His dad doesn't give a fuck about him, doesn't teach him how to fucking read or write or whatever the fuck. Basically, he has no life ahead of him, and he's already, thinking about shit that he shouldn't be doing. So he just runs away, survives for a little bit while he's out, and then eventually he falls in with a gang called the Glanton Gang, ran by a man named fucking Glanton, and they pretty much go out and do fucking Western evil gang shit. But this in particular story takes place during it takes place in America during the height of the colonization of the Native Americans. So this gang goes out and slaughters Native Americans and sells their scalps for money. So that is what they do. They just go around finding Native Americans, killing them, scalping them, and then selling their scalps to the Mexican government for money. And the kid falls in with this gang out of survival, but he's still, a part of all this shit. It's kind of left ambiguous and vague about what actions he actually does or doesn't do, but he's there when the stuff is happening at most. And it's just, you just follow the Glanton gang and the kid as they do a bunch of evil shit. That's pretty much it. But the highlight of this book, I would say the highlight, is obviously the character of the judge. Judge Holden, the infamous fucking Judge Holden. He is a 7-foot tall, big albino man who's hairless. No body hair, no nose hair, no eyelashes, no eyebrows, no nothing. There's even a scene where they all wash themselves in like a big body of water, and they even say like he has not even one hair, and even like the most hidden crevice of his body, he's hairless from head to toe, hairless and albino, and 7-foot tall dude. And he's like the most evil motherfucker in the world. He like just does evil shit for the sake of being evil, but it's not like he's like some like just fucking idiot dude. Like he knows a bunch of shit. He knows multiple languages. He knows geology. He knows fucking mythology. He knows fucking law. He knows like he is a studied man. Like he is well versed in a lot of things. So he has almost like an ominousity to him, where I think that's a word, I don't know, mysteriousness, where it's like he feels more like a fucking entity than a human, because like he's so fucking smart that he could do so many things, and it's like, bro, why are you here? All right, my bad, I'm back. I had to stop recording for a second, but I'm back. You can notice that's been a fucking while because of the time change. But anyway, another lizard on the roof. Anyway, on the ceiling. As I was saying, the judge feels more like an entity than he feels like a fucking human. Like, so many people have already said this, but he's obviously like the embodiment of evil, like the devil almost. Not that he's literally the devil in human form, but that he definitely supposed to like symbolize the devil almost. Like it's just it's insane. So I think the judge was the like, well, the characters in general are my favorite part of it, of the book, but the judge, he obviously is like the most interesting character. I'm low-key like I'm gonna mourn that like his character and the characters in general. I don't think I'm gonna find another book that has a character like the judge in it. But yeah, it's the perfect segue. Although I will mourn the judge within this book, I'm happy that I finished this book. Why? So I can read something else. I got really tired of this book. Like I said, the characters are amazing. Critiques. This is the segue into the critiques. My only critiques is that McCarthy just rambles on and on and on with his descriptions. I love descriptive writing, and there are some bangers in here. There are some banger lines in this book, like descriptions wise. But god damn, it's like that Lego movie meme where it's like, when you say this guy, I go, he's fucking laughing and fucking, oh my god, so fucking funny. But then when you say Emmett, I think that's the main character's name, then I go, that's how I feel. Except the first one where I'm laughing and fucking happy is any time that the gang is like talking in between each other, any campfire scene, any shit where there's dialogue. That's me like having a fucking blast with this fucking book. And then this is me anytime they're traveling somewhere, which this book is like 80%, 70% traveling. Anytime they're traveling somewhere, I'm like, oh my god, spare me. Like the thing is, like I said, it's a good book. I'm glad I read this shit. But bro, I would not reread this. I think it's a book people should read, but I would not recommend this to somebody. Like, I just like I couldn't be bothered to reread this shit. Just knowing that I would have to reread the pages and pages and pages and pages of description and description after description and this, and then I made a YouTube video, and then my hand went up like this, and then you can see the light going on my hand, and then there's a cat in the background of this, and then I look this way, and then like, holy shit, McCarthy, shut the fuck up. Shut the fuck up. Like, that's all I can say. That's all I'm thinking. Just shut the fuck up. And let's get on with the story, bro. Like, trust me, I'm telling you. I understand the book. I get the book. I get the point. It's a Gnostic ass book. It's supposed to have these descriptions to make it seem like they're living in a world that's like fucking mystical, but not really. Like, it has some sort of supernatural elements, even though it's grounded. I get it, but shut the fuck up. Just shut the fuck up. Like, I can't with these descriptions, bro. That shit has me falling asleep. I'm telling you, I am not wrong. Like, I cannot be wrong with this shit. Because it's even at the point where there's a part where, like, spoilers, obviously, the fucking whole gang fucking dies, and the only people left alive are some people, and then the kid, and then the judge, and the judge pretty much he goes fucking rogue pretty much now that the captain's dead, so he just starts wanting to fucking kill the kid. And then after that, the fucking Native Americans save the kid and the ex-priest that he was with, and then it's just describing every little fucking detail about the food that they're eating. I'm like, bro, about the fucking Native Americans serving them food. I'm like, oh my, and obviously this is literally like the second to last, third to last chapter of the fucking book, I'm used to this shit by now. But even then, that's the whole point of what I'm saying. I get to that part and I'm like, here we go again, bro. Like, I'm just skimming through the shit, basically. I'm skimming through the shit. Like, I just can't be bothered, bro. Like, I can't be bothered to read all these little fucking descriptions. Like, and trust me, like, I wouldn't be so angry about this if it wasn't so obvious that you could tell McCarthy writing that shit, the way that it's written in here, he thinks that shit is so gas. Like, you can tell, like, you can smell the ego within him writing these descriptions. Like, you could tell that he thinks that shit slaps. Like, every single little fucking symbolism, fucking everything, just to describe the sweat going down the fucking horse's balls or some shit. I'm like, you could tell that he thinks that this shit is gas. Like, bro, like, the fucking descriptions, I'm like, bro. And some of them are, like I said, some of them are, but not every fucking time. Oh my god, bro. But anyway, like I said, the way that I feel about this, if the story was not good, I would call this a mid book. That's what I'm trying to say. But I can't call it that. Like, this is one of those things where it's like, the story is what saves this book. Like, the descriptions bore me to sleep, but when the story actually gets moving, it's so good. Like, it's so good. When the story gets moving, this book is amazing. That's why I say that I'm glad I read this, because this shit was definitely an experience. Like, bro, over 300 pages, but this shit was a fucking experience. Like, this shit was like an expedition type shit. Like, I'm glad that I read this, but man, does it just drag on and drag on and drag on. I'm glad that I read this, and by the time I finished it, I was glad I fucking read it for a different reason, so that I could go and read another fucking book. Like, oh my gosh, which I already could have, but I just wanted to get through this. Yeah, so like I said, it's a good book. Glad I read it. Descriptions bored me to death, man. But like I said, when the story is there, and it's peak. That's why I gotta give it like an 8 out of 10. An 8 out of 10 on the 1 through 10 scale. And look, after what all I said, you might be surprised, but literally what I'm saying, it's a good story. The descriptions just make me want to blow my fucking brains out. But yeah, it deserves an 8 out of 10, at least in my book. And yeah, on like a letter scale, I would give it like an A minus, or you can even give it an A plus, whatever. Or yeah. Nah, A minus. Definitely an A minus. Yeah, it's either a B plus or an A minus. If it's an A minus, then it's just an A minus. If it's a B plus, then you could just keep adding pluses to your fucking heart's content, because it's not getting further than that. You could go A plus, I mean, you could go B plus, just for the sake of never reaching A, or you could just go A minus, and there we go. Like I said, I'm glad I read it. It's a good story, banger characters, banger dialogue, banger quotes that are in here. But man, this shit bored me to death sometimes. Insert fucking Blood Meridian meme, because I was thinking I'm just gonna put like a meme of every book that I read. I feel like that shit would be fire. Yeah, insert Blood Meridian meme, go.
Towering over them all is the judge, huge and pale and hairless. He never sleeps. He says he'll never die. He bows to the fiddlers and sashays backwards and throws back his head.
Yeah, baby. I want you to be mine again, baby.
Okay, so is that the end of my review? I'm trying to think if there's more for me to say. think so. I'm currently reading Don Quixote, and that's gonna be the next book that I review. Maybe, because I'm reading 3 books right now, whichever one I finish first. Alright, that was it. Bye. Actually, not bye, because that's what I was fucking forgetting. Is that there's certain segments that I like in this book, like, that I could say, like, there's a part where the kid has to stay back and the gang has to keep going while they're getting chased by a bunch of fucking Native Americans. And basically he gets stuck in the fucking like mountains, wilderness type shit, and it's snowing, like deep hard fucking snow. And then it's just like, it just adds to like the supernatural-esque elements of the book, how it's like a grounded, but like, cat is about to cross. That's my cat. But it just adds to like the like Gnostic type feeling of how like there's some sort of elements going around, supernatural elements watching over them, because it's like the kid is like basically on the brink of death, and then randomly he just finds like this tree in the middle of like the fucking snowy mountains, and it's burning from being like hit by lightning, and it's just burning, like just a burning tree, like envision like a burning tree, but then there's like the fucking coldness around it, and it's just this burning tree in the middle of the fucking shit. And then he goes to, you know, get the warmth from it, because he's like so cold that he's going numb. And then it just describes like all the fucking like just animals and insects that are also there, like around the fucking perimeter of the tree, just getting its warmth. And it's like it makes sure to like describe to you that like these are animals that in any other like situation like you would want to avoid. Like it doesn't say that directly, but like the animals it says that are there are like, oh shit, we should stay away from this motherfucker. But it like makes a point to say like they're all in like a communal truce, almost like they just care about getting the warmth from this tree. It's like he's part of this world, you know, like he's part of this like fucking shit of nature, just like they are, and it's just them all doing this shit. It was fire. I think that part was really good. Like I said, those elements of the story were fire. But yeah, that's all, bro.